Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what is up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. I am so excited to have you here today. I hope that you are warm wherever you are. Listen, I know I can't complain much because I'm down here in Florida, and compared to Massachusetts, where I used to live, I know that it is much warmer down here. But let me tell you, it has been cold, cold to the bone for far too long. The cold weather kind of came. And I was like, oh, that's great. I love the way this feels. I can wear a sweatshirt. I can wear some leggings and not sweat my ass off. But now it's been going on a little bit too long. So I'm over it. But anyways, I'm sitting here just sipping on my coffee, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. And we're going to be talking today about how sometimes we really just overlook what is literally right in front of us. And I came up with this episode because as I was driving my son to school the other day after his annual physical appointment, we were behind this big FedEx truck. And it said right on the back, as we were right behind it, obviously, FedEx. And he says to me, "Oh, Mommy, look at the big truck. Do you see that white arrow on the truck?" And I said, and at first I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the hell is this kid talking about? There's no freaking arrow on the truck. It says FedEx. Like, your letters. Come on, kid. Right? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a FedEx truck. And he's like, yeah, do you see the white arrow? And I said, no, I don't see the white arrow. And I don't know if you've ever seen the white arrow, but all of a sudden I looked a little bit closer and I saw the white arrow between the E and the X. And I don't know if you've ever seen that before or if you've ever heard of this, but apparently it's a thing and it's in the FedEx logo and it was designed that way purposely. And I had never seen it. And it just got me thinking. Well, first of all, I was like, I can't believe he even noticed that. How many times have I seen a FedEx truck? I've never noticed the white arrow. And then I proceeded to drive him to school and I thought, Jesus, if that was literally right in front of my face, right smack dab in front of my freaking face, driving behind this FedEx truck for like 10 minutes, and I didn't notice that, what else am I not noticing in life? That is literally right in front of my face, right? I bet you can probably think of a time that this has happened to you too, where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't believe that I didn't see that. Or I never knew that before, right? And so I want to talk about that today. And I think it's a really interesting topic, and I think it's going to help you a lot. I think it's going to serve you well. And if you get something from this episode, please share it with a friend. But our personal experiences and our emotions and our beliefs, they really shape what we see or what we don't see. And just that one story with my son, Keegan, who's 5 years old, who happened to notice the white arrow on the FedEx truck. Isn't it funny how oftentimes it's children who notice things that we as adults can overlook? So I am encouraging you to remain curious and open to learning from anyone because everything is just perception. And I love this quote that Stephen Furtick once said, and he said, your perspective will either become your prison or your passport. And what he means by that is, if it's your prison, it means that, you think the way that you think, you believe things to be the way that they are, and that's it. There's no changing it. You are who you are. I have these thoughts because this is who I am. I can't change this. Or if you believe that things may not be always as they seem, well, that can be your passport to more growth, right? And so I want to talk about this a little bit. And I especially loved learning about this not too long ago. It was called time confetti. And again, this is all about how we perceive things, how we look at things, what we see or what we don't see. And really what time confetti is as you're going through your day and you have these crazy chaotic busy days, you're going to work, you're rushing your kids off to school, you're trying to get in the workout, you still need to wash your damn hair, all the things that you need to do. It can be so jam-packed. And sometimes we just have these little moments throughout our day, these little breaks of time where, maybe we have 5 minutes here, we have 2 minutes here, we have 10 minutes there, just little moments of time throughout our day. And someone who is perceiving their 3-minute window from an attitude of being so grateful, and I am so lucky, like thank the Lord I have this 3 minutes right here. I can just sit back, I can do some deep breathing. I'm so grateful for these 3 minutes. I can sit back and journal a little bit or listen to some relaxing music or meditate or just step outside for a second before I go on to my next task or before I hop on that next call, perceives that 3-minute window, this time confetti, your little moment, your little blessing throughout the day, perceives that moment differently from someone who looks at that and is like, Jesus Christ, God, this sucks. I'm always so busy. I'm always so rushed. I can't believe I only have 3 minutes. What the hell is going on? How come I never have more time? This sucks. I'm just so overwhelmed. I'm anxious. Like, I just don't want to do anything, right? The attitude is all stemming from how you perceive that 3 minutes of time. And I really want you to look for those little moments throughout your day where you may have an opportunity to sit back and just do some deep breathing and just be with yourself and sit in the silence and maybe do a little bit of journaling or maybe do some deep breathing or meditating or whatever it is and come at it, perceive it as an opportunity to just relax and be versus from a place of anxiety and stress and overwhelm. And I'm so pissed off, like I'm too busy. I can't take this. I'm getting burnt out, right? It's all about how you perceive them. And those little moments are your time confetti. I think I heard this actually on the Mel Robbins show. It was a couple weeks back. She had a guest speaker on there that was talking about this time confetti. And I was like, isn't that interesting though? Because we do all have those moments throughout our day, right? Where we don't have to be doing something, but what do you choose to do during that time is what matters the most. Are you going to be productive with it? Are you going to just scroll Instagram? Or are you going to sit there and let yourself be with yourself and just be okay with the deep breathing and the thoughts in your mind and close your eyes and sit in the silence and then perceive it from a place of gratitude? And I'm so fortunate and lucky to have this 3 minutes right now versus being strung out and stressed out about it. So keeping an open mind is really what's important here as we perceive things, because we have blind spots that we aren't even aware of until someone else points them out to us, right? And me not even noticing that white arrow the other day was a blind spot for me. I didn't even know that there was a white arrow. I probably never would have knew that there was a white arrow unless he pointed that out to me. And even after that, I said to my husband, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, did you know that there's a white arrow in between the E and the X in the FedEx logo? And he said, oh yeah, I remember hearing about that a long time. So I'm just curious, like if you knew about this damn white arrow, send me a DM on Instagram, Catherine Reuter. Just go there and send me a DM. Like, I knew about the white arrow. Kathy, you're late. You're late to the party. Or maybe I'm not alone. Maybe there's a lot more people out there who never saw that white arrow like myself. So not thinking and believing that you already know everything is so important. And I think it's really important to have this attitude of being an ongoing student as we go through life. Never settling for what you already know and feeling like I'm at the end of the rope, that's it. Being an ongoing learner, being an ongoing student, always having this idea that I can always learn more. I can learn from anyone and everyone. I can become better. I can see things differently. I can change the way that I think, and having that kind of belief system is so important. So even think back to maybe a time that you read a book before. I mean, I've done this before so many times where I pick up a book. Well, not that I've actually picked up the book, because let's be honest, I don't really sit down and actually read books, but I listen to books on Audible. So think of a time that maybe you actually read a book, or maybe you listened to something on Audible. And I remember listening And this happens all the time. And I'm like, oh, that was really good. Like that really hit home. That really resonated. That really made sense. And I'll take note of it. I'll write it down in the notes section in my phone so I can remember it because it's important to me. And then a couple of years goes by and I go back and I listen to the same book and I learn something new that I didn't even remember hearing or learning the first time that I read the book. So you learn something new and you get what you need from that book that one time. But then when you go back and read it again, there's always something new that you learned that you didn't even notice the last time. And this is how it is in life in general, life and business. We're seeing things one way. Our clients, our students, our business partners are seeing things their way. And so it's important to constantly be communicating and just keep an open mind to, oh, okay, things are not always the way that I see them. And people will not always perceive things the way that I perceive them. For example, I see this a lot with the students that I help, where they don't even see their own potential. And maybe you're listening right now and you don't even see your own potential. Or maybe you undervalue your own skills and what you bring to the table. And anytime someone asks you for a favor in your area of expertise, your immediate thought might be like, holy shit, I can't believe they asked me. Like, of all the people that could have asked, they asked me. I can't believe they actually want me. Why the hell would they want me? That doesn't make really much sense to me, but okay. And you are shocked by the fact that somebody else perceives you in this way because you don't see yourself the way that others see you. And I'm challenging you to start to see yourself the way that others see you. You have a blind spot to what your strengths are. And that's why if somebody asks you for help in a certain area or they want you to do something with them, you might be a little like baffled by it, right? So I encourage you to take a closer look at something in your life that you think you already know and see if you notice something new. And the next time someone requests you to speak at their event or go on their podcast or be a part of their business venture, instead of being baffled that they asked you and dumbfounded by it, instead think, okay, this is going to be great. Here we go. Of course, they thought of me because this is what I'm an expert in. And I know that I can bring value to whatever it is that they invited me to be a part of. Just remember, people wouldn't ask if they didn't think that you were an expert in it. People wouldn't ask if they didn't believe that you had something that you could offer and bring to the table. And so take a step back, choose to kind of approach life almost from this childlike view where things are not always as they seem. And we often overlook things that are right in front of us. So everything is perception, everything. And I really hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to be a part of my brand new online community called Inspired Living, the doors are going to be opened soon. We're going to talk about rewiring your mind for more success and happiness. We're going to talk about and teach you how to overcome things like people pleasing and perfectionism, procrastination. We're going to help you get off the entrepreneur roller coaster if you are not producing steady income in your business. If you've been plateaued in your business for at least 3 months and you want to build the 6 figures and beyond, and you feel like you're grinding and you're doing all the things and you're not seeing the progress. Or if you're someone who feels guilty every time they're spending time with their family and their kids, you're distracted and thinking about your business. But then when you're finally working on your business, you're guilty, feeling like, oh God, I really should be with my kids right now and not working on the business. We're going to help you rewire your mind for more success and more happiness so that you can build the best business ever. You can live your best life and you can find joy in what you do and you're not burnt out doing it. And you're not going to have to 10x what you're doing and grind away and spend literally every waking moment on your business, because your business is meant to give you life. Remember, it's not supposed to be the be all end all. So that's what I teach you to do. That's why I'm a mindset coach and I love it so much. So if that's you and you want to be a part of that and you want to hear more about it, the doors are going to be opening soon. Just send me an email to kathy.reuter@gmail.com and just write in the subject line, Inspired Living Community. And I'll get you on the wait list and I'll keep you up to date. So that's it. Thanks so much for listening today. You know I love you. I think you're awesome. And I will see you the next time. Bye. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.